How you doing, YouTube? Kind of apologize about wearing the glasses, but I actually came out and did some welding on this workbench the other day. I've been out for a couple weeks due to sciatic nerve really getting to me, and I've been out of adjustment. So until I could get that fixed, I really just didn't want to strain myself when I got home. It was hard enough doing anything at work. And then I came out and welded on this the other day and actually managed to collect a piece of dust in this eye here, and it just would not come out. And on top of that, welding some of the top pieces, I had my lead for my welder strung over the top, and when I climbed up, it slipped down and actually hit the trigger on itself, and began unspooling wire and arcing off. And I mean, by the time I got it, I got burned. So it's pretty much the equivalent of staring at the sun for a long period of time. It's the same as getting a sunburn except for you're getting it on your iris. It's right there on your eyes. And if you've never experienced that before, then you are in some serious luck. It's horribly excruciating. Last night I did not get any sleep due to this eye just constantly watering itself, trying to get whatever's in my eye out. I tried numerous times to dunk myself in the bathtub, just holding my eye open and looking around in circles, trying to get whatever's in there out, and it would not. So I got very minimal sleep last night. I would say times I might have slept for 6 or 7 minutes and then immediately woke up to a face full of water and pretty much went through an entire box of Kleenexes. But anyway, I was gonna let you know where I stand on this now. I've got some tops on here, and these are all actually pretty sturdy. I've just taken these angle iron here, cut them at about 2 inches, and I've got 2 of these basically on each corner, as far as down here. And I got some boards installed down here at the bottom. I haven't screwed those down yet, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to, depending on how all this lands. And I haven't done anything with the top yet as far as screwing all this stuff down. But so far, I mean, it's not like extremely straight across, but I think it's going to be good enough to do what I need it to do. And I come out yesterday morning, I was going to start doing this, but I noticed when I walked outside that I couldn't look at anything. I had to completely close my eyes. And by the time I got in here and turned the lights on, it was unbearable. I went straight back in the house. I closed all the blinds. I mean, it was horrible. So I put a pause on this yesterday. And today I didn't even go to work today. So I mean, it's been that bad. I literally happen to wear the glasses inside my house, and it's near pitch black even during the day. And usually during the day, I like to open up curtains and blinds and let some sunlight in. I feel like that helps make a happy home, and could not bear that today. And it's hard enough being in here with these lights on, but nonetheless, I don't have any of these screwed down because I'm not sure if these are going to be permanent just yet. And I did take a cheap piece of glue on here because this is where my drill press sits, and I don't want all these shavings going down into this lower area here. Once I build the cabinets for this and the doors and everything on it, I don't want whatever I'm drilling up here or any type of the dust that's going to collect throughout the garage falling into this. So, and all I did was just run some self tappers in here and 4 of these corners to hold the glue on. And that's all it's got to do is just stop the trash from falling down. Pretty sure I'm going to do these tabs, probably just going to do 1 on each corner, being that there's not going to be a substantial amount of weight up here. It's mainly just going to be small oil cans, paint cans, little things like that. And then at the top, I'm probably going to do those the same way. As far as I can tell for right now, I'm probably just going to use that, stick something up there for either display or just something that I'm not going to have to get down very often at all. Especially as tall as this thing is, I really don't have to try to climb up there a whole lot. And actually, when I climbed up top, I was welding these hooks on here. And what I have these for is to hold my levels, my longer levels. And then I got this little one here for short levels. I may do one or two of them at the other side. One of them just to hold my welding coat, anything, you know, the long shirt that I wear for anytime I'm doing any welding, grinding, or actually just working in the garage in general. I'd rather get this dirty, even more so than some of the stuff I wear at home. Even though that stuff, when I wear it to work or wherever else, it's getting nasty. But nonetheless, this thing is actually coming along really good, especially once I got the top on here. I actually took and kind of walked across. It actually seems really sturdy. I think I'm going to benefit from having this more than I think. So far, I can fit my drill press on here, and I've put my lathe and my lathe box on here. At this point, I'm still not sure on where I'm going to situate everything. I do know I want my chargers up here, and then I still need to put the outlet bar here across the top in this gap, and then I do believe either I'm going to have to move this light up here, or just move it down or move it below this garage door somehow, or I'm going to have to find a light bar that I can put maybe along the underneath of this bench, something that doesn't drop down real far, just something to give me light down here where I can see my lathe, because if this door is open, I'm getting half my lighting cut out just by how it lands here. So if it comes to that, then I'll buy a new light if I need to, or maybe I need to take off the back of this top section here and just bring something over where it clears the door, but something that drops down a light. However, if I do that, I'm looking at getting into the space that I need to open the cabinet doors. So I'm still undecided about that, but I'm definitely, I know for sure I'm going to need light in the future. And I'm also thinking I've got some pieces of pegboard down here, and I don't know, but I kind of thought about putting that stuff inside this upper area in here in case there was anything I needed to hang, which like extra belts for, let's say, my bandsaw blade belts, or even my my belt sander, stuff like that. I really just kind of don't want it laying around, and I don't want to shove it in a cabinet. I feel like it would be better off just laying, somewhere where it can hang kind of more or less just like it's in the store. I feel like it would be better storage for it. And I did do some pricing on this. This same thickness of steel tubing here, and the same diameter, 1.5 by 1.5 inch. It runs $219 a foot, $220 a foot, something like that. Unless I buy a complete 20-foot stick, which I believe I can accommodate my garage to make that work by the time I cut it down the sections that I need. If I buy it by the 20-foot stick, it comes out to $1.79 a foot. And even doing the math, this is 400 feet at least worth of iron here that I have used on this. If I build something even just remotely similar, now once it comes to doing this other side, I don't want the drawers in it. Or at least at this point, I don't want the drawers in it, and I'm definitely going to want the cabinet space, except for down at the bottom where I've got the square tubing down here on this other bench. When I do build it, I'm wanting a piece of flat strap so that I can roll my welder in and out of it. This way, right now this thing is covered in dust. It's got sawdust all over it. It's got some of the grinding dust all over it. Some of the metals and stuff that fly around this shop, it's just covered in dust, and I'd really like to keep this thing protected. If I'm in here working on something where I'm grinding a lot, I'd rather the welder not be exposed to that as much as possible. So that, and or mainly for storage, that's extra bit of space that I'm probably not going to use anyway. So I figured at this point I might as well utilize it, shove the welder in there when I'm not using it, and if I need to use it, I want it easily accessed where I can pull that thing out, shove it right back in there and out of the way. But man, if you count $219 a foot, or even let's just say $1.79 a foot, couple 400 or 500 feet here easily, you're looking at $600-700 just in material alone. This is aside from the time that I've spent doing this. This material did come free. It was given to me in turn for me building a bench for someone else. But the time that I had to take to grind and beat off all the dust of this, just knocking all that old crap off of there, getting it down to bare metal where it was usable and weldable and mendable, really. Man, this thing, it's just this is far more expensive than what I anticipated. Um, but nonetheless, I think this is turning out a lot better than I anticipated. Um, it's coming along great. I'm really happy with it, and I think like as far as height wise, I think I can make it work. Like I said, I've put the lathe on there, and I've kind of just turned it on, tried it out for a few minutes. I think that's going to be a good height for that. The drill press is easily the same. It's very easily, I mean, everything's right here at eye level. So there's no more of this slouching. There's no more bending over. Over a long period of time, I've done that where on a bench, you've constantly bending over, working on something, and that burns up your lower back. It's not good for your posture. And I really want to get away from doing that. So that is my anticipation on building everything at least to where it's just right at about chest height or eye level. So with that, I've got everything scattered for now, and hopefully once I get the rest of this built, I'm still going to be lacking off a few materials, so it's going to be a while before I can lay a coat of paint or two on this. Unless I get the cabinets built, then I can go ahead and paint everything, and from there I just have to simply wait on the sides to put those on, because that is going to be expensive. It's like $63 for a 2 foot by 2 foot square piece of diamond plate, just a aluminum diamond plate. So when I go to doing that, we are talking about getting crazy expensive. Now I think as far as the back of this goes, when I do the back of this, I think that Luan I picked up for $8 a sheet. I'm going to do that on the back of this for sure. There's no need to have any diamond plate back here. I'm probably going to take a board and cover up this window, and eventually I would like to redo the outside of my garage with some metal siding. And so I think with this cabinet being here, I'm not going to have but this little bitty space of light, or whatever light comes through these pegs here, the peg holes. So I just assume at this rate, I might as well just do away with the window, mainly because of that, and I'm not using it anyway. Once this bench is here, it's going to be too heavy to move with everything on it. And even right now, for me to pull it out and weld on it, if anything on the back side or anything, like, it's way too much. So with that, it's pretty much just permanent where it's at, for sure. And as far as that window goes, I mean, really, if I need a window in here or need an extra breeze or draft or anything like that, I have a window down there. Not to mention I have 3 overhead doors and 1 walk-through door, so I'm pretty sure one way or another I can get some ventilation in here if I need to. Losing this window, I don't think would be that big of a deal. Really, as far as outside goes, the only thing I get to see is the neighbor's house anyhow, so I don't think I'm missing that much. But for now, I mean, this is where I'm at. Hopefully tomorrow I'm feeling a lot better. I plan on going to work tomorrow. I'm probably gonna end up wearing my sunglasses all day, and these are my work glasses anyway, so today it's just bad. I mean, it's been extremely painful. I don't know if you've ever dealt with this before, but it is horrible. It sucks, for lack of better terms. I mean, you got to think when your eyes are pretty much, when you have no vision, all the rest of your senses kick in. So my hearing seemed like it was at peak. Any little dog that barked 3 miles away, it felt like I could hear it. Along with the constant pain in this eye, anytime it went through its circulations or anything like that, I could hear everything over here just starting to wind up. It's been excruciating. It really has. It's an experience I don't want to ever go through again, and I mean like ever again. But this whole situation, how it happened, it was my fault, but it was not my fault. There's absolutely nothing that could have been done about it except for just better precautionary. Once again, it was a complete accident. Wasn't anything anybody anticipated. So I would advise cautioning in the future if you ever do any type of welding or anything. But as far as that goes, I'm going to get off of here. I really need to go back inside. So thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Thanks.